Hello there everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are unboxing and having a walkthrough of When Women Had Wings tarot deck, written by Angi Sullins, artwork by Jenna DellaGrottaglia. I'm going to say if I'm saying that correctly. So let's open this up and see what's inside. I'm going to take the cellophane off right away because it is quite shiny. And of course, we're just going to get glare on that. So if I'm not mistaken, I think this particular deck was released like December of 2024 or something, somewhere around there. Anyways, so as I do this, that is new to me, but it may not necessarily be brand new on the market. So it's a pretty substantial box in comparison to, if I just pull this one out, that's a regular tarot deck that would just come with a normal sized box. So it's a little bit bigger than that. Let's see what size the cards are when we look inside. The box itself, it's very firm, very sturdy, and it's a two-piece box, and it's got like a little bit of shiny little elements on the side, on the outside of that, and a little bit of gilding on there. So when women had wings, you may not be able to see or touch them. You may have lost your memory of them, but you do indeed have wings. They may be fluttering just under the surface of your skin or folded deep in the realm of your psyche. They may be crumbled or torn, lying tattered in the well of despair, but they are as real as your breath and just as necessary. Your soul is winged and can fly daily. Your spirit is designed to soar. This tarot deck is aimed at bringing you fully into that expansive experience. Use the 78 card deck guidebook and portrayal of poetry to reclaim your wings. Unfold, unfurl. It's your turn to take to the sky. Includes 78 purple gilt-edged cards. Oh, I love me a good gilt-edged. Or an organza drawstring pouch, and a vividly illustrated 198-page guidebook. And it looks like this is published by US Games. So let's get the top off of this. Here we go. Whoopsies. And so as we can see, nice sturdy box here. I usually just pull them just a little bit like this so that they're easier to get apart from the bottom, because they do tend to compact a little bit in shipping. So the inside of the box on the top lid, you may not be able to see or touch them. You may have lost your memory of them altogether, but you do indeed have wings. Okay, so this is what was on the back of the outside of the box. So we won't repeat it. Anyways, so that is the top of the box. Got an organza bag. I have a few bags that I'll carry some decks around with, but they usually just stay with their boxes. So anyways, but that might be okay for some crystals or something. Now let's have a look. Whoa. Okay. That is a thick book. Yep. So yeah, that is a nice thick book there. Beautiful actually. Whoa. Full color too. Let's see. Yeah. So we've got a link to stories and things at the back there about the artist, about the author. This is full color. Wow, this is impressive actually. The pages, the paper stock in the book, pretty good. Like, it's thick. It's got like a little bit of just a tiny bit of a gloss to it. It's not like high shine, but maybe you can see it if I could. There we go. Catch the candle a little bit there. But yeah, this is beautiful. So each each card has a full color image, and then it's got a description. I don't see keywords, so if you are relatively new to tarot, you're gonna have to memorize some of your own keywords, but they're embedded in the description there, so not too bad there. Wow, nice book. I will say that, that's for sure. So nice book there. So our table of contents before you begin, introduction about this deck, and then we go into all of the cards. and you can easily find what page they are on. Just gonna see if there's any spreads included with this. I've been reading cards for a lot of years now, but I do still like to find the odd new spread every once in a while, especially if I have a new deck. But I don't see any suggested spreads in here, so no, just the cards. So anyways, but I don't mind trying out new spreads when I get a new deck, because the creator worked with the cards, right? So they created them, so they would have some great suggestions there. Okay, there is the inside of the box. So it's got this little insert in here because the cards are actually quite a bit smaller. You can see it there. They're quite a bit smaller than the box. And if I look at the actual card size, once again, I'll get my Fairy Tale Tarot out here. They're just marginally bigger than a regular tarot size, so they should be relatively easy to work with there. We've got a nice purple string to help and get that. I do like that Ace of Cups. That is pretty. Anyways, let's get the hold on, let me just get the cellophane off of here without hurting any of the gilding on it. Okay. There we go. This is these are pretty. Okay, as you know, again, if you are a purveyor of my channel at all, I go goo goo gaga for anything that's shiny or sparkly. You're never too old for a little bit of sparkle or a little bit of shine, and look at that gilding on there. That is so pretty. So very pretty. And purple is actually one of my favorite colors anyways. So loving it, loving it. The cards are a little bit slippery, just so you know. But if you fan your cards, they fan nicely. That is for sure. So let's see. Cardstock. Little bit on the thin side, okay. But for the most part, I think they're fairly standard US games. Cardstock, if I do compare it to the Fairy Tale Tarot that I just got, I would say they're just a tiny bit thinner than this one. So if you are rough on your cards, you may end up with a problem. All right. I'm very gentle on mine, and I don't riffle shuffle them. So I don't get the bends in the middle or anything like that. But, and I have some decks that I've had for what seems like a million years now, and they look brand new. But if you do riffle shuffle them, which is this way, right, then they are probably going to show a little bit more wear, than they normally would. Anyways, but cardstock is a very personal preference, so you do you, but hey, it's not going to stop me from using them, that's for sure. So the cards themselves, they are a little bit slippery, like I already said, but of course they'll shuffle nicely, and they will also fan nicely. They might shuffle a little bit too well, actually, because they just fall, right? If I just hold it like this, they just do that, and so I don't need to try. But anyways, let's have a look at some of these. Let me just make some room for myself. I'll zoom the camera in. You go there, you go there, and you go there. Whatever, I'll just leave it like that. Anyways, there we go. Okay, so let's see which end we're starting from. We're going to start from here. We'll do the major arcana first, and then we will go on from there. They look really pretty. Whoa, let me zoom in a little bit. Is that enough? Hey, there we go. Okay. So we've got the Fool stepping off a cliff, not worried, ready for a start, ready for an adventure. Really pretty, very glowy. I don't know if the glow of the light on that card comes through very well, but anyway. Got our Magician, ooh, mystery, little Mr. Mystery and Magic there behind his red cloak. But that is our Magician, not our Musician. We've got the High Priestess there. Very spiritual looking, connected with the moon. Not seeing any water on this one, but no, there's, unless that's water right there in the middle, kind of hard to tell. But anyways, we've got the Empress. She's very pretty, very pretty. The Emperor, very dark. Very dark is our Mr. Emperor on this one. He looks a little scary, actually. But anyway, our Emperor, powerful, authoritative, in charge, successful, grounded and wise. So, you know, hey, there's someone that's going to do something for you there or help you. He's your guy. We've got the Hierophant. Very pretty. Very pretty. There's a lot going on in these. There's a lot going on in the background of these cards. So, and of course, it's my first time seeing them as well. So I'm just kind of drinking it all in. She does look very religious on that card. And of course, the Hierophant is, it's about, you know, taking something to the higher level, ascension. It is also about your faith and your beliefs. Right? Do you believe in yourself? What do you believe in? Right? So sometimes we question those things a little bit. Got the Lover's card, beautiful. Even without the name, the Lover's card on the bottom, you'd probably be able to figure that one out. The Chariot. Oh, we've got an elephant on there. I love elephants. Beautiful. Normally we would have horses or a chariot, right? Well, now we have an elephant. Strength, gorgeous. We've got what looks like a white lion in the background there, or maybe it's just like kind of how the card is colored or shaded. Beautiful though. Very striking. The Hermit, very magical looking, isn't it? And again, I don't know that the camera really does it justice, but anyways. Oops, more than one card. Got the Wheel. It almost looks like kind of like a mechanical coin. Anyways, the Wheel, a card of destiny. Justice card. We've got our Justice with wings, the Sword of Truth. We've got our Scales of Justice. Very pretty. The Hanged One, so your Hanged Man. All right, the Hanged Man, turning things upside down, taking a pause, gaining enlightenment, stepping into the flow, you name it. But yeah, the Hanged One. Got the Death card. On first glance, it is a really pretty Death card. And then you start to look a little closer. Still pretty, but we do have, like, I don't know, is this villagers in the background, like with torches and pitchforks or something? Anyway, it's hard to say. But the Death card. Sometimes we fear endings, right? Sometimes we welcome them. Sometimes we fear new beginnings. Sometimes we welcome those. Change, transformation, you name it. The Death card can also be things that are hidden, right? Anyways, still a pretty Death card. Temperance. Now that is pretty. That is beautiful. We've got, I'm not much of a gardener, but we've got some beautiful purple flowers, I think, on this side. Some pink ones on this side, too. We've got the water. We've got, I don't know what that is, a seashell of some kind. I know the name, but it just escapes me at the moment. Anyways, and our beautiful guardian angel right there. Very beautiful, calming card. The Devil. Well, hello, Mr. Charmer, the Devil. There's a lot of devil cards that look truly frightening, right? This one looks more, a little bit more tempting than fearful. It's very interesting because the devil card, of course, can represent our fears, our shadow self, right? The things that have control over us, the thing that keep us stuck. It's also about temptation and seduction. The things that, we know are good in moderation, temperance card, but they get out of hand, devil card, right? So it looks a little bit more on the beguiling side than on the, oh my goodness, this is freaking me out kind of side. And that's exactly how the devil draws you in, right? Have cookies, right? The first one's free and then you get hooked. So anyway, so very, very interesting looking devil card there. We got the Tower. Okay, yeah, that's kind of how it feels like when the Tower card comes up sometimes. Of course, typically get some information or some revelation or some epiphany that just blows our socks off is the majority of the way that the Tower does come in. But of course, something sudden, unexpected, getting out of our comfort zone, breaking our shackles that the devil has created. Letting go of what's not working. The Star. Oh, got a beautiful, magical little fairy on there. The Star card is always a welcome card, bringing serendipity, calm, and healing in the aftermath of the Tower. But the Star also brings magic, faith, hope, and inspiration. It's one where we get blessings or a little miracle happens, or we see the future in a much better light, in a much better way. So beautiful little card there. Got the Moon, and this is the title image on our box. So this is our mystical and magical moon. Very pretty. Got a full moon there. We also have a crescent moon that she is holding as well, a little man in the moon. The Sun, of course, the Sun. Oopsies. Thank you. There we go. The Sun, we're always happy when the sun comes out. Sun brings us energy and growth, brings us joy and happiness, the most positive card in the deck, right? And it's a beautiful card here as well, filled with light. Judgment card, ultimate truth, ultimate clarity, called to the light. We see the light in the Judgment card, make decisions too. Something comes out of the shadows. It's a beautiful card filled with this beautiful white light. And we've got the World card. It's gorgeous. You can just drink it in. Lovely. Anyways, those are our major arcana. So let's quickly go through the rest of the deck and see what else we've got. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. A couple are stuck together just because they're gilded, so first time out, they tend to do that. Three of Wands. It's an interesting one with the Three of Wands. It's usually Three of Wands dude on the cards facing away, right? And this one, she's facing us. Four of Wands. I want to live in that castle. Look at the castle. Anyway, Four of Wands. We've got the Five of Wands. A little trouble and strife sometimes with that one. Six of Wands, but we make it through. Riding our horse. Seven of Wands. You don't want to mess with her. Eight of Wands. Speed and growth and hitting our target, right? Flying through the air with ease. Our Nine of Wands. of Wands. Page of Wands. She looks nice and fiery, huh? Actually, it almost looks like she's walking through a forest fire. So you got like embers on the ground and the air is all like orange. She's fire. Knight of Wands. Well, that's interesting. Normally on a horse, this particular Knight of Wands is not. Interesting. Our Queen of Wands. Always a good ally. Don't upset her. The King of Wands. I like the card. I think the face is a little bit big. The face really does jump off that page. Not that it's like a bad looking face or anything like that. It's just right there. And especially if you compare to like the Queen of Wands, it's almost like they could have zoomed out a little bit more. But anyways, everything around it is very pretty. We've got our Ace of Swords. Beautiful sword. Look at this handle. Gorgeous. Two of Swords. Our Three of Swords. Not the card that we all love to get, right? Four of Swords. Our Five of Swords. Always a little bit of an issue sometimes when that comes up. The Six of Swords, we get past it. Seven of Swords. Eight of Swords. It's really pretty, Eight of Swords. It's like kind of this, kind of like an aqua hinting at green, kind of. Usually it's like a little bit, not quite as like vibrant as that because we're trapped, right? Or we feel like we are. Nine of Swords. Awake at night with that one sometimes. The Ten of Swords. Ouch. The Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Again, we don't have him on a horse, right? We've got like what looks like a Viking helmet or something like that there. His sword is there as well, so interesting imagery. Queen of Swords. Very wise Queen of Swords. Go to her for advice and you will get it. You might not like it, but you'll get it. King of Swords. The two wise ones for sure. So yeah, the King of Swords there. There's our Ace of Cups. That is a gorgeous chalice, I've got to say. The water's running over. It's just steamy. It's got golden sparkly wings. Who doesn't want those? Anyway, it's really pretty. Two of Cups. Again, very beautiful. Let's see, Three of Cups. Woohoo! We've got some good news and we are ready to celebrate there. Our Four of Cups. Oh, party's over. Five of Cups. Again, we don't love to get the Five of Cups, but it is a reminder to process our feelings. Six of Cups. Typically a very gentle card, actually. Very pleasant, filled with innocence, childhood. Sometimes it's a return, sometimes something from our past, but not always. Seven of Cups. Lots of options. But a card of fantasy, imagination, and sometimes procrastination. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Getting what we wished for. Our Ten of Cups. Our happy ever after. Page of Cups. That's very pretty. Seriously, very pretty. Our Knight of Cups. the horse is on the helmet. Look at that. Anyways, very interesting how they did the knights. Anyways, the Knight of Cups. Our Queen of Cups, very beautiful. I like her cup. Look at that cup on there. I like that. Very pretty. Our King of Cups. Also very pretty. Again, it's very zoomed in, just like the other king. Maybe it's to give the instant imagery of authority, right? The kings, they're leaders, right? They take charge. Ace of Pentacles. There is our pentacle with our we've got a little eye in there, our all-seeing eye. Two of Pentacles. Our Three of Pentacles. So our minor arcana seems to be a mixture between pip cards and traditional imagery. So it's like a little bit of both in there. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes you get the pips, right? So you get the pip cards, which is just the symbols, right? You don't have any people on them at all. And then, regular imagery, you would have people on pretty much every card. But yeah, this one's kind of like a little bit of both. So very interesting, different take on it. Anyways, there's Four of Pentacles. Or Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Our Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, ready for an upgrade, working really hard. And there's an upgrade to the Nine of Pentacles. Our 10 of Pentacles. I like this. I do. I like this one. We've got our dog in there. We've got our pentacles, and we've got like the archways of our buildings, right? And then we've got people in there that are happy. And so yeah, I kind of like that one. Our Page of Pentacles. Another knight without a horse. Interesting. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Oh, she's pretty. The Queen of Pentacles. Look at her crown. And the feathers, or I don't know if that's actually supposed to be feathers or what. But it's almost like got peacock feathers almost into it, which is, of course, peacocks can certainly be a sign of luxury and wealth. But anyways, really pretty. And our King of Pentacles. See, this king's not zoomed in right in front of your face, so kind of like how he is on the card a little bit more. He doesn't overshadow the rest of the card. But anyways, there we go. Now, shall we pull a card? Let's pull one of the majors, and let's pull the Chariot with the elephant on there. And let's see if it gives any kind of hint as to what our friendly elephant is doing on that card. I like elephants, so elephants are cool. My sister went to volunteer at like an elephant sanctuary. She said it was just awesome. She have to be careful of them though. Sometimes they actually don't forget anything. So there we go. And we of course sometimes traumatize them as humans. Anyway, the Chariot, victory and success, triumph, a conquest, a positive outcome after a challenging endeavor, a courage, a sense of security and power that comes from being centered in oneself, harnessing wild energies to great effect, life moving at a fast pace yet remaining able to stay still and focused in one's mind, honor and morals, holding one accountable in the midst of a challenging environment. A cavalry of achievement, overcoming obstacles successfully, defeating opposition while maintaining honor and harmony, hitting one's stride and enjoying the thrill of the ride, Focus brings balance, integration, and equilibrium, resulting in victory. All right. Okay. So, yeah, and that is in a nutshell the meaning of the Chariot. No, I would have liked to see, I think, yeah, because we go into the Strength card next one. I would have really liked to see somewhere in the book, even if it's just like a couple of notes on the bottom or something, as to why they chose this image for this, right? Like, I mean, I get it that the Chariot, you know, is usually we're riding a chariot, right? We've got our horses in alignment and everything, right? And an elephant can certainly be a sign of strength, right? Ultimate strength, actually. And, you know, moving forward, plowing through obstacles, right? Because, I mean, if an elephant wants to get through a whole pile of bushes, he's getting through a big pile of bushes and nothing's going to stop him. But I would have liked to see just a little bit of something on there. Shall we quickly, since it kept coming up, shall we quickly pull up a knight? And again, our knights don't have horses with them. I don't think it's going to say anything, though. Knight of Swords, daring, assertiveness, impulsivity, heroism, with rashness, ambition, a drive to succeed, can indicate a person on a mission who feels unstoppable, using power of intellect to achieve goals, thriving on high levels of energy, and feeling propelled to take action and be assertive. Okay. So, yeah. So anyways, doesn't say, okay, why there's no horse or anything like that on there. So we will take it at face value. We won't question it anymore. But there we have it. So that is the When Women Had Wings, if I can get them all, thank you, tarot deck, and of course our guidebook and everything else that comes along with it. So I would love to know if you have this deck. What do you think of it? Have you worked with it? And also, what are your first impressions of it right here, right now? I know my first impressions, I mean, it is gorgeous. It is, I think, probably done, well, obviously it's done with digital imaging. I don't know if it's an AI deck or not. Who knows? But anyways, but it's certainly pretty. It's certainly shiny. And yeah, there's a lot of cards here that I'm very much drawn to. So I can't wait to work with it. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it as well. So I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.